How to bridge to Pulsechain. If you've never used DeFi, used a decentralized exchange, this is going to be a great video. Stick around to the end. You'll be able to follow along with me. So we're going to move from a centralized exchange over to our self-custodial wallet. And then from there, we're going to bridge our funds into Pulsechain. So I'm going to assume that you already have your bank account connected to your centralized exchange, such as Coinbase, Kraken, or Gemini. You already bought ETH, your money has cleared. It takes about 3 to 4 days once you onboard money from your bank to your centralized exchange. Then we're going to go from number 3 to adding funds, sending that ETH to our self-custodial wallet, such as MetaMask or Rabby. And then we're going to be here, we're going to use a decentralized exchange called 9inch on the Ethereum side just to buy a little bit of wrapped pulse, because we want to bridge that wrapped pulse over from Ethereum to Pulsechain. And the reason for that is we need a little bit of pulse that's going to be used for our gas fees. So anytime you do a swap to buy a crypto on the Pulsechain ecosystem, just like Ethereum will debit ETH for the gas fees, the Pulsechain ecosystem will debit Pulse. So you need that for your gas fees. And then the last step is we're going to use PulseX to go ahead and buy our favorite Richard Heart cryptos. So let's dive in. Okay, so all centralized exchanges look the same. This is Gemini. You just go over to your portfolio. And you see I got a little bit of ETH here. ETH gas fees are kind of high, so I'm just going to show you how this works, and you'll be able to do this. So no matter what self-custodial wallet you're going to use, we're going to use our Rabby wallet. You go ahead and then copy your public address. Come over here, and this might be withdraw on Coinbase and Kraken. Here it's send. So I hit send, and it's going to take me through all the steps. Select the destination. So here's where I'm going to paste that public address for my self-custodial wallet. Always check the last 4, so 6545, 6545. And then also do a test transaction as well with a smaller amount before you send a larger amount. And then choose how much ETH you want to send, then hit continue. And then it'll take about 3 to 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, sometimes just depending upon the network congestion. And then you'll see your ETH pop up here, and you'll be ready to go. So next we're going to go to 9inch. So we're going to enter the DEX. Okay, so now we're going to connect our Rabby wallet. And so we're going to hit connect wallet. I just hit MetaMask for Rabby, and it'll connect it. So right here, 6545, 6545, and we're connected. So our goal is we're going to get a little bit of wrapped PLS. Not a lot, you only need a little bit just to send over. We're going to bridge that over to Pulsechain and just have that for gas fees. And so say you're just going to want, I don't even want that much. Let's see. You know, you just get like $22 worth. You just don't want to, there's not a lot of liquidity on the ETH side. So right now we're on the Ethereum network. So you only want a little bit here. So we go ahead and sign this. Okay, so here's the wrap PLS. So we got 2240. So now our goal is we're going to come over here to bridges. I recommend once you confirm a link is good, then go ahead and then just create these folders and then save them to your bookmarks. So that'll be a lot easier. Okay, so this is IPFS. This is interplanetary file sharing. This is a decentralized way of essentially operating DeFi. So the reason that the devs for Pulsechain did this was the SEC and the regulators were coming down hard on decentralized finance. And so this is a way where you can run these applications on your desktop, or you could just use the cloud version. So for the purposes of this video, we're just going to use the cloud version here to make this easier so you don't have to download anything to your computer. But it's completely safe. Now, if you have antivirus that warns you about, proceeding to the next step, just go ahead and say, yeah, I'm fine with that. Acknowledge the warning, and then it'll let you on to the Pulsechain bridge. So here we're going from Ethereum to Pulsechain. And so our goal is we're going to be sending wrapped pulse. So we got to connect our wallet here. And then here's what we're going to do. We got pulse here. So we're going to send this wrapped pulse over to Pulsechain. Hit send. Sign the transaction in your wallet. Confirm. And now we're going to wait. So there's 0 out of 96 confirmations. This will typically take like 20 minutes, sometimes a half hour. So, you know, once you're just waiting for this, then, you know, just give it some time. All right, so our transfer is complete. So we can close this, and now we can check our wallet, and then we'll see that the WPLS is now Pulse in our wallet. And so there it is, right there. So that bridged over. Now your goal is to bridge over ETH to Pulsechain. And so what you're going to do is we're going to go from Ethereum back to Pulsechain. So now that we have enough Pulsechain for gas fees, now we're going to go ahead and then bridge over some ETH. Okay, so now I'm going to bridge over ETH to Pulsechain, and then this way I have enough ETH to go ahead and then swap for Pulsechain and then do all my swaps. All right, our transfer is complete. So now we got ETH, and it's going to show up as WETH in our wallet. So the reason it's WETH is the same reason why Pulse is WPulse on Ethereum. It's because the WETH is not native to Pulsechain. So now your goal is to swap the wrapped ETH for Pulsechain, and then you'll be able to make your purchases. I've already had some Pulse in this wallet, so that's why this is a little bit higher. But on your wallet, you'll probably have this reversed. You'll have a little bit of wrapped, or a little bit of Pulse and a lot of wrapped ETH, and then you're just going to swap that wrapped ETH for more Pulse. And the reason you don't want to buy a bunch of Pulse on the Ethereum side using 9inch is just because the liquidity pools, they're not as liquid as they are on the Pulsechain side. So that's one of the reasons why you don't want to get a big bag of wrapped Pulse and then bridge that over. It's just get a little bit of wrapped Pulse, bridge that over, have that for gas fees, and then go ahead and then send the rest of your ETH on the bridge from Ethereum to Pulsechain, and then you could swap that wrapped ETH for Pulse. Okay, so now we're going to go to PulseX, and then same thing, just like the bridge, just use the cloud here. Remember, this is IPFS, interplanetary file sharing, completely safe to use. Just click that. And if your antivirus software has an issue, again, remember, acknowledge, hey, I understand that this site could possibly be dangerous. It is not. And then just proceed. So as long as you have the correct links, which we have down below, you're good to go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick wrapped ETH here, and then you can go ahead and swap it for anything. So we could swap this wrapped ETH here for PulseX, and look at that, nice and liquid, 43.70, 43.48, and look at the gas fees. Look how much lower they are here as opposed to paying like $8, $10, $20 sometimes for a gas fee over on Ethereum. So go ahead and confirm the swap, and it works just like the 9inch DEX. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And there's PulseX in our wallet. Pops up automatically. And that's how to use DeFi. Super simple, super straightforward. One of the things that I did at the end though is I edited this video and I didn't cover that I had to approve the wrapped ETH, so my spending of wrapped ETH. So that's one of the first things that you're going to have to do when you're on PulseX is approve your spending of your WETH, your wrapped ETH, and then you can go ahead and then do the swap. So it just comes up, and I just wanted to cover that. It's something I didn't mention in the video. I kind of just edited that part out. But yeah, DeFi is very simple. It's straightforward. It's becoming a lot easier for people to come in from a centralized exchange where everything is pretty easy. You just push a couple buttons and you get crypto. So now when you move into DeFi and you're using your self-custodial wallets, you're connecting those to a decentralized exchange, it's essentially giving you that same type of experience, and it's only going to get a lot easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.